Back with District 16 for the Veterans in Politics Assembly interviews, organized by Steve Sanson. I am Nick Starling, the Public Relations Officer. And what we're going to go ahead and do is have y'all give your elevator pitch. That is the 30 to 45 second intro. And we're going to go ahead and let's do that. And please be cognizant that there are radio listeners at home that can't see you. So please, answering the panel members' questions, please state your name before answering. And go ahead.
Hello, Nevada.
Oh, turn on.
Hello, Nevada. My name is Glenn Greener. I'm running for Nevada State Assembly District 16. 16 stretches from Eastern Maryland Parkway and parts of Paradise all the way north to Flamingo and south to the 215 and Serene. Most of you that live in Assembly District 16, like myself, are working class Americans. You're trying to eke out a living every week with your paycheck. You're worried about paying your bills, the high cost of health insurance, the rising cost of gasoline, and also trying to figure out what to do without each week. I'm in the same position that you are. I'm a small business owner. I've owned my own business for about 30 years. And I do believe in the fiscal conservative constraints that we have to do. We must have a balanced budget. We must look to the future. We can no longer estimate the future. We need to know what needs to be done. And we need to take action immediately. This next legislative session is going to be with a major crisis on the budget. We have put Band-Aids on it, and now there are no more Band-Aids left. If you elect me to the legislature, the first thing I will do is look at each aspect of the budget, what needs to be done to operate it like a productive business. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Bob Irwin. I am also a candidate for Assembly District 16. Also a small business owner. I own the gun store up on Tropicana, have 48 employees, and am seriously concerned about the state budget. Obviously, we're going through the system now where we're cutting programs that don't need to be cut or shouldn't be cut because we ran out of money. I think the legislature that's currently there has done nothing over the last several sessions but kick the problem down the road. And some serious changes have to be made in the way the state operates. I'm proposing that we will create revenue by creating jobs, and jobs are created by business. I am advocating that we reduce or eliminate the modified business tax, which is basically a fine on employers for hiring people, and do what we can to encourage businesses to relocate here or to start up here anew, so they will create jobs. And as the tax base expands, we will be able to fund the state programs without raising taxes. We simply need to have more people that are employed that can pay taxes. There's lots of other smaller issues. I know the gun issues have come up. I own the gun store and I'm pretty good on gun issues, obviously. But I think the problems here are economic, and that's what the state needs to concentrate on, is creating jobs.
The federal government has passed a law saying that, for instance, veterans who come home from PTSD and had to have mental health care, that then they somehow now are losing their Second Amendment rights to get a concealed weapon. I know many soldiers who this has just happened to. The state of Nevada is a shell issue state. So would you, once a soldier is deemed back, he's back for normal from the bad things that we allowed to happen to our soldiers, would you then agree that our soldiers, once they get a doctor's okay, that they're that they're fine now, that they should be able to own and carry a concealed weapon?
Okay, this is Bob Irwin. I'll be the first to answer on that. I'm heavily involved, obviously, in the concealed weapon carry industry. We train lots and lots of people to carry concealed weapons. If the individual has had a medical condition and then the doctors declare him to be fine, there's absolutely no reason to preclude him from carrying a concealed weapon. I don't believe in preemptive laws that we assume that something's going to go wrong. be it a veteran or anybody else. If the doctor has cleared them, their psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever, and said that he's fine, then he's fine. It's not the state's business to try and override that. On the concealed weapon issue, I would like to see the state of Nevada change to accept all the permits from all the other states, as a couple of states do. One of our revenue problems, getting back to my main issue, is that when people come from other states, we only honor 7 or 8 states' concealed carry permits. So what we're telling tourists who want to come here to spend their money is, you can come to Nevada, but don't bring your gun because we don't trust you. And if they've been issued a permit in their state, it should be honored in Nevada, period. As they do in Utah, they simply honor everybody's permit. Alaska does, lots of states do. We need to do that also to increase our tourist base.
Good afternoon, Glenn Greener. In answer to your question, a lot of times the post-traumatic stress syndrome, years ago, nobody knew what it was when they came back from World War II in Korea. I saw it with my own father. He had 8 battle stars, and he was very proud of those, but he would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and hollering. And yet, he was perfectly sane, perfectly capable of carrying a weapon, concealed or otherwise. I believe at this point that just like any other problem that we have today in some of our modern technology, once they've gone through a program that's been approved, that program should allow them to, number one, carry a weapon, which is a Second Amendment right. We don't give that up by going away to fight for our country. The other thing on the issue that we just addressed, which is a reciprocal agreement for concealed weapons. I have some very strong constitutional issues with the full faith and credit clause. The full faith and credit clause should be upheld unequivocally, and that means the right of our citizens to carry a concealed weapon, to carry an open weapon. We have the right to defend, the right to protect ourselves, and that should not be precluded from one state to another. I've already had a Supreme Court decision based on several other issues where I appeared on behalf of people, and one of the big issues was the full faith and credit clause. We as Nevada cannot preempt another state, example Texas, nor can they preempt us. And with the states now and the concealed weapon the way it is, we are preempting each other. So absolutely we should honor the permits and they should honor ours, and that's the end of the story. And back to your question on the post-traumatic stress disorder, no. Once they've been cleared, once they've been gone through and met the qualifications, if that's what a doctor in a hospital requires, absolutely. I mean, what do they fight for otherwise?